Hello guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and welcome to Poland. We are now the manager of Wisla Krakow. I think it's pronounced Wisla Krakow. Episode number 81 of our epic European Journeyman save here in Football Manager 2023 with me, your host KJM or Dean. Fantastic end to last season, picking up the title there in Slovakia. We're now in nation number 9. Which is Poland. We've not had long to wait between jobs. The Podbrzowa guys came back from pre-season. We did one friendly and we were offered the job here at Wisla Krakow. Good news though. Wisla actually finished a third in the top tier in Poland last season. So we might actually have fallen on our feet here. Their manager previously retired. So that's why the job became available. But in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Dean Talentyre has left Podbrzowa to join Wisla Krakow. We'll just call them Wisla. Talentyre arrives with a record of 536 wins, 129 draws and 178 defeats in his career. He's also won 11 league titles and 10 cups. Of course, some of those league titles are from the lower leagues. Talentyre will face pressure to bring immediate success to Henrik Raymond City Stadium, having stepped up from his previous standing, apparently, to take sole charge. He'll need to hit the ground running if he's to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. Apparently, we weren't favourites again. We also prefer 4-4-2 still. But welcome, I'm getting into saying the W's in V's there, welcome. Welcome to Wisla. I've not had a look around the club. I do know that they finished third last season. They also a media prediction there of 5th place. They have won the top tier here, the PKO Bank Polski Ekstraklasa. They've won it 13 times in their past. We've got a nice healthy wage budget of £107,000. Nice healthy transfer budget as well. So we have the potential to do some really, really good things here. Hopefully we can knock it off in the first season, which would be absolutely great. So we'll quickly skip through all of this. The board expect us to be best of the rest, basically. Also reach the latter stages of the cup and be competitive in the Conference League. So we do have European football as well. I'm not really bothered about playing style, stuff like that. Our playing style is our playing style. So first of all, we'll click on the club info screen. We'll have a look at the club. Our reputation, by the way, has been boosted massively by winning the Slovakian League. It's been a nice big jump. I'm not sure about this. Obviously, it's because we've only had the Polish League loaded very recently. But the first division, they have been promoted in this save a couple of times by the looks of things, and then they've jumped straight up to 3rd place at some point. So I'm not really too sure what's happening there. But this is our best player. I'm not even going to pretend to be able to pronounce his first name, but Kwiatkowski, we'll call him Kwiatkowski, is considered to be the best player at the club. He's got some great physicals there, which is good. He's had a lot of pros as well, which is really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that. In terms of season preview, we're, like I say, predicted to finish 5th. So if we can get 1 or 2 players in, then we, like I say, do have the potential to possibly knock Poland off at the first attempt. That would be great, wouldn't it? That would get the save moving along nicely into our 10th nation. Legia, as I've already discussed previously, are without a doubt the standout team here in Poland, though they've won it 12 years in a row. So we do have some work to knock Legia off, but we're looking forward to the challenge. We've got Hot Prospect at the club as well. He doesn't look too bad for a 15-year-old, does he? Vice-captain Karol Wojciech. Again, not too bad. Defensive midfielder, which is good. He's not very good as a Segundo Volante off the ball of 1. What does he do when he hasn't got the ball? Does he just stand still? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Financially, we're in a decent place. We've got £6.5 million in the bank. That is the most we've ever had. We've only got 8k of wage budget to play with. So, I am going to have to play around with the squad, see who I can move on. I've got 2.7 million to spend as well, which is the most I've ever had to spend. And I'm quite looking forward to this. We've already made a profit this season of 3.7 million. I do actually think TV rights and stuff like that play quite a big part here in Poland, because the prize fund for the league is actually pretty high, 1.36 million, which is the highest that we've seen so far in the save. There's 34 games in total. Each team play each other twice. I believe from past experience of Poland, there's no restrictions in terms of players, in terms of eligibility and foreigners and stuff like that. There's something, but I don't think I'm limited to, so I can put 11 Brazilians on the pitch if I want to. We're not going to do that though. We're going to try and build a sensible squad. I may even look to bring some players in from Pod Brezova. I have signed some players for Pod Brezova to leave them with a little parting gift as well. They won't have come in yet, but they do have some future transfers already arranged. I don't think they'll have happened yet. No, but I did actually arrange some transfers for them, so they're not being left totally on their own. But so hopefully Pod Brezova can repeat their feat from last season. Why has this all gone to pot? There we go. But confirmation there that we have now ticked Slovakia off. It is ticked off the list. Slovak First Division champions there. Our reputation is up to 70%, I believe. 65, it was 70, which was the highest that we've ever had it in this save. You know, we're good reputation. We are building up a reputation for ourselves now, which I think has got us the job here in Poland straight away. We're only in June, so that tells you how quickly we've got in here. This is another one of our hot prospects. He's okay. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time to look over the squad. Our first game is just under a month away against Slask. Again, apologies guys for some of the pronunciations. Foreign languages are not my thing. Some of these names are going to be torture in Poland. I do work with somebody who's Polish, so I might ask him. I might ask him at work, how do you pronounce these? But I'm gonna take the time to look around the squad. It's a fairly large squad. We've got a total of, let me have a look, 32 players in the first team as it is. So there's a bit of work to do to move some out. Some of the older ones, maybe. Matusko, £3,300 worth of wage budget. His ability and his potential are not the greatest. He's not the best player, or he's actually listed as the second best central defender at the club. So yeah, I'm going to take a look around the squad. I'm going to potentially do some signings, let some people go, and we'll come back and we'll do the first game of the season, guys. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back. Right, I've got us to the point where we're taking on our first game of the season against Slask. Of course, we are the manager of Wisla Krakow, now here in Poland. We have made some signings. We've also let some players go. We've also played some of our Europa Conference League qualifiers, which have gone very, very well for us so far. So first of all, we'll have a look over the signings. You can probably see some of them there already in the manager performance in the notable highlights. There's not been too many. I have actually been restricted by the wage budget, believe it or not, because the club was spending so close to it already. I have upped the wage budget. We've managed to put some of the transfer budget into the wage budget. I'm committed to spending £114,000 of our now at £135,000 per week wage budget. I've possibly got some more players coming in. I do tend to forget. In fact, yes, I do. I've got a potential left back. I actually recorded the first part of the episode yesterday, and I've forgotten what I've done since then, really. But in terms of the ins and the outs, there's been a lot of players go. Two of them, in fact, have gone to today's opponents in Slask. Lazar Stevic was probably the most recognisable one at the club, but he was on big wages. He's 32 years old. He's not great for that position anyway. As the right back, you can see he's not consistent. His agent, we're not really bothered about his agent, but he's not great anyway. So we have made a combined total of £725,000 from our sales. We've only spent 7.25k as well, which is pretty good. We've not brought too many in. In terms of the order we brought them in, though, the first one in through the door was Diego Corgi on a free transfer. He is a Swiss centre forward. He's actually pretty good. He's considered the best centre forward at the club. Finishing lets him down just a little bit, but if we compare him with the previous starting centre forward at the club, which is Higor, if I can find him, He's up here in H, isn't he? He's markedly better. He is markedly better than the Polish Higor. He's not on as much money either. Higor's on massive amounts of money. Next in was Daniel Lazar. He is the new starting right back at the club. Much improved over the Stevic who we've let go. Yes, he is older, but I do think he's better in that position. He's only here on a 1-year contract, so you know it's more of a gap filler really. Osman Zupic is another one who's come in, 24-year-old Bosnian. Naturally an attacking midfielder, but obviously we play with Segundo Volantes now, which is where we are training him to play. He's actually very, very good for that position, so I'm confident he'll pick it up. Dominik Krabek is a centre-half, a 31-year-old Czech. Got some great physicals, some great mentals as well, and his technicals for a central defender aren't too bad either, so quite looking forward to see what he can do. Maybe a little bit on the old side. And then most recently in was Ismail Parent, a left-back on loan from our parent club in Anderlecht. Not considered to be pretty decent. I've only got him in as a squad player on loan, so not too concerned about that. We are looking to bring in the Dutchman in Loïc Felter. Pretty decent. Crossing is pretty poor though. So we'll see what we get out of him. In terms of European football, since obviously we've coming through our qualifying rounds, we've took on Borac of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a 7-0 aggregate win. We're then facing up against HB of the Faroe Islands, and we're 5-0 up in terms of that game so far in aggregate, with still the home leg to come. But today's opponents are Slask, so hopefully we can get off to a flyer in the league. In terms of the season preview, with the signings that we've made, we have actually shortened our odds. We had shortened our odds last time I looked at it. We were down to 19s again, and predicted to finish 4th. Obviously, Legia are going to be pretty difficult to knock off, and that's obviously reflected by the fact that 9 of the players in the Media Dream 11 play for Legia. We've got 2 for Rakov, who are predicted to finish 2nd. We're quite some way down the list in terms of our best player, and is Zupic, and Higor is actually in there as well. 21s though, you know, we've won leagues from that position. It would be absolutely awesome to knock a nation off at the first attempt. I think that would be fantastic. But let's get into the game. We'll go through our first starting lineup of the season. It's going to be Schmidt in goal. Schmidt, he's okay. I couldn't actually find anything better than him. For the man from Luxembourg. What do they call people from Luxembourg? Is it Luxembourgian? Something like that. Luxemburger. Yeah, he's a Luxembourgian. Luxak, who is actually naturally a centre-half, and he will be starting as centre-half, is filling in at right-back for today. Daniel Lazar, the new right-back, is actually injured, which isn't great start to his career at the club. So Vinsky fills in at centre-half. Not too bad, you know, he can do a job for us, can the Croatian. He's alongside new signing Krabek, the Czech there. And it is going to be Ismail Parent as the left-back today, the Belgian on loan from Anderlecht. Across the midfield, though, Kenderes, naturally a left-back, can play as a Segundo Volante, though. Finishing is pretty poor, but other than that, he's not too bad in that position. Playing as the defensive midfield today is, I believe that's Wojciech. Is it Wojciech? He's very, very good as a defensive midfielder. His physicals are crazy. So I'm pleased to have him. Zupic, I don't know what I've just done there. I've just took my centre forward out. I might have clicked something by accident there. Zupic, we've already gone over. He's going to be starting as the other Segundo Volante. Hopefully he picks up that position pretty quickly. Paul is a very Polish name. Tomasz Paul is the left-sided inside forward. He's got a reasonable right foot. He's okay. That's got him as an advanced playmaker there. But inside forward on attack, he can do a job there, and he has done so far in Europe, which is pretty good. Kwiatkowski, we might just call him Tukowski, on the right hand side. Weak left foot, which is disappointing. He is getting on a bit as well, but again, he's got some good attributes for that position. And then it is going to be the new man, Corgi, starting up front. We've got Higor, who can come off the bench, who has scored 2 goals from the bench in Europe for us so far this season. So we've got a fairly decent team here in Poland, but we'll get into our first game against Slask. hopefully we can get off to a winning start here in Poland. Really take the fight to Legia this season. Hopefully we can push them hard. Even if we don't win it this season, win it next season. Anything quicker than the usual 3 years would be an absolute bonus. As we do get underway straight away with a highlight, but that's because I've got it on extended highlights from when I was doing the pre-season. I was actually sat watching the Sunderland game last night while I was doing the pre-season, and the European games. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to Football Manager. I just sort of put it on extended. So it took a little bit longer. Not that the Sunderland game was very good, by the way. Joys of being a Sunderland fan, you don't have very many good days. Quiet first half, though, so far. Right, and we get our first proper highlight, and it's in the 33rd minute, and it is Slask with the ball. Now, please bear with me with the names, guys. It's going to be pretty difficult for me with the Polish names. It could give me a little while to get used to them. I might get ours, opposition ones, maybe not. This is Quebec, finds Paul, comes back to Quebec, bringing the ball forward, finds Kenderes, now Wojciech over the top towards Tarkowski. Tarkowski looking to get the ball back. He's turned his defender really, really well there, pulls it across for Corgi. Corgi's shot is blocked, though. I think the effort came in the end from possibly Zupic, but it has gone over the bar. But we are the better team here in this first half. We just haven't really carved an opening yet. We've not had too many highlights. In fact, that was the only highlight of the half. We're going to have to get a little bit shouty at the boys. We needed a little bit more from them. It's been not the greatest to start so far. Maybe the boys are feeling a little bit of tiredness from the Conference League games that we have been playing. As now we get a Volsky with the corner for Slask, headed clear by Quebec, though. It's back out with Volsky, the corner taker. Paul does really well, intercepts that, looks to clear it, finds Corgi. Back to Paul, bringing the ball forward. What's he got ahead of him? It comes inside to Kenderes instead. Kenderes switches the play over towards Zupic, advancing forward, looking to feed Corgi, but it's well cut out. And now Krysiak finds Flogel. Flogel looking over the top. Please win the header. Quebec does win the header. Zupic can't get there, though. Now it's Volsky looking to feed Ando. Oh, he's put it wide. Thankfully, he's put it wide. Right, we're approaching the end of the game now. It's been a very, very quiet first game for us. I have made a couple of changes. I've brought Kovac on the left-hand side for Paul, and I've also brought Higa on. And Higa's almost got us offside, but I brought Higa on for Corgi there. I also just realised that I had the tactic on balanced instead of positive, so we've been a little bit too passive in our play. Hopefully we can nick it here at the death, though. It's a corner to inside Zupic, but it's easily cleared by Budzinski in goal for Slask there. This is going to be a very disappointing start to the season, a goalless draw, unless we can find something here in the final 2.5 minutes of injury time. As Lukzak brings the ball forward, finds Zupic forward towards Tarkowski. Kenderes looking to feed Kovac, the new man on the pitch. Alexander Kovac does it in stoppage time. What a fantastic start to the new season here in Poland. To grab a late winner like that, that's absolutely brilliant play by the boys. Zupic with a great ball forward, finds Tarkowski, good ball. Kenderes, fantastic ball. Higa, possibly offside, left it for Kovac though. And it's a great finish by Kovac to put us 1-0 up in this game. And hopefully that's going to be all she wrote. And indeed it is. Fantastic to get off to a winning start here in a new nation in particular. Get the players on side. Get the board on side, get the media on side as well. The media don't like me for some reason. I don't like them either. I hate doing the press conferences. They're horrible. But you can see, look, fierce dislike already from Damien Dudek. I don't know why. Now, I did say earlier on the episode as well, guys, that there is no league rules to speak of in Poland, but there is. They're actually quite strict. You have a maximum of 6 foreign players over the age of 22 on loan. That's loan rules. In terms of actual player registration, where are they? Yeah, under 22 player. No, I don't know. Hang on. Where is it? I've seen it. There we go. Minimum of 3 players trained at club for 3 years before the 21st birthday in the squad registration. Minimum of 8 players trained in the same nation for 3 years. So I have to have at least 8 players who are trained in the nation and at least 3 players who are trained at the club in the match in the squad registration. They don't actually have to play; they just have to be registered. Obviously, I've got a maximum squad size of 28, so there is the potential there that's 11 slots of the 25. Sorry, the 25, not 28, took up. Now, if 3 of those homegrown at club players count towards the trained at nation, then that's only 8 slots took up, which leaves me with 17, which I can build a squad from. So in terms of the actual match day squad, I'm okay. I don't have to play homegrown players. I do have to register them though, so I am going to have to be mindful that I have to have at least 3 homegrown at club and 8 homegrown in nation players in the match day, in the squad registration. Sorry, I keep saying match day squad. So I do have to be mindful of that. But we're off to a flyer, guys. Like I say, there is 34 games in this season, so it's approximately 11-12 games per thirds of the season, which is going to be possibly around about here. It could even be Legia. That kind of falls nicely into it, doesn't it? Depending on what happens in Europe, of course, these games could get rearranged. We've got the top 2 teams in the league coming up there, and possibly Lechia as well. Where are Lechia predicted to finish? They are predicted to finish below us, so it's Lech and Lechia. Right, guys, yeah, that's it. We'll come back a third of the way through the season. I think it's going to be against Legia. We'll see how we're doing. But thank you very much for being here, guys. Welcome to Poland. Welcome to a new nation. Welcome to a new club as well. Hopefully things go really well for us here. If you do enjoy what you've seen, though, please remember to hit that thumbs up button and hit that like button. It does help me out massively. I keep realising that I say the thumbs up and the like button. They're the same button. Hit them. Hit it. Subscribe button as well. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you all in the next episode.